Hi guys! Hey! Haircut time. Look how bad my split ends are. It's all transparent.
No bueno. No bueno. So what are we doing today for your haircut?
I want a lob.
Tell me.
But more importantly, I want the splits off. It's now at a point where my hands get stuck as I run them through. Right? And my hair actually grows really fast too. Like it's quite long now. So
how much are we talking
I'd like
about?
it to sit about here
Oh.
when it's curled. No, you can cut up to here curled straight.
Straight? We're cutting that much off.
Yeah, because it's dead. Well, cut off, you don't have to cut off that much necessarily, but like, I'd rather cut into, see how damaged it is? It's like just see-through. See, it's see-through, it's lighter, it's not holding pigment anymore. I just colored my hair like 2 shampoos ago.
Yeah, and as we know, when you get to this stage, it's important to give yourself a fresh end so that the splits aren't traveling all the way up the shaft. So if we get the dead stuff off, it's going to keep her hair healthy and the ends healthy so that when it's growing, it's not breaking off. So that's very important.
I've literally become one of those girls that just look at my ends all the time. But this is the first time I've been a brunette in like a decade, I think, or something. So my hair's been so healthy and I love it. So I'm like, you know what? Let's get it totally healthy. I'm going to go blonde again one of these days. I know that. But I can feel it. So actually, maybe, well, I like my hair to be a little damp, but maybe don't wet it all the way and these guys can see kind of, because you can see the dead ends a lot more when it's not completely wet.
Yeah. The other thing we could do is blow it out straight and just do a dry cut.
No, I want a little bit of wet cutting for sure too.
Okay, sounds good. And then, so what I'm going to do is show you guys how to do a nice lob cut that has really full shape and a lot of body, and it's going to look awesome. All right, so let's get started. We can see this is how her hair has naturally dried. The reason why we're going to, you have 2 options to either spray it down, have it a bit wet so that you can have even tension, or this would have to all be blown out or flat ironed so that it was completely straight. So we are going to spray it down. So you want to make sure that we don't need this to be sopping wet, but we do need it to be evenly saturated throughout because that's what's going to allow us to have even tension while we're cutting.
I can feel you combing through my split ends. Oh, look at that. It's the comb get caught. If you guys want to learn more about split ends, you got to check out all of the videos that Veronica made about split ends. How you get
everything there is to know about
how you prevent them, how to prevent them from getting worse,
and what products to use to seal your split ends.
Yeah, it's awesome. And all the videos are super short and easy to watch. We will link them up over there and down below in the description.
All right, so you can see now we have the hair damp and we can see that it's also combing very nice and taut and there's not anywhere that is dry. It's evenly moisturized.
Very nice. Ooh, it combs evenly.
Right. So now we're gonna go through first and we're going to be cutting the perimeter. Oh, did you know that whoever cut your hair last cut it uneven?
It's
uneven.
uneven.
It's longer on the left side.
How much longer?
There's probably at least a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch discrepancy from one side to the other.
Ooh.
Let you guys take a look at this. It's longer over here than it is on that side. We're gonna pick our target length, which we said we're going to be cutting off about that much.
Yeah, like a couple inches or so. Whatever's dead. So
I'm slightly point cutting the hair because I prefer this to give it a softer line rather than a straight cut on the bottom. Okay, once we see a straight line on the bottom like that, what we have to know is that because the hair is pulled back this way, when we take this hair and throw it forward, because it's traveled from here to here, it's actually longer on the side. So what we need to do to cut the sides so they're even is we're gonna just gotta turn her head to the right, look over her shoulders, still sitting straight. We're gonna comb this down.
Thanks for adjusting my head. I can't really tell if I'm straight.
Yes, you wanna make sure the shoulders are still straight, but we can see now that we're gonna cut the sides according to this length here, and that's gonna make it even all the way around. And it's this stuff on the sides here around the front that really always need a haircut.
Yeah, actually I was going to tell you to leave the front longer and I was like, no, that's what needs to be cut the most.
Yeah, turn to the left all the way. Okay, we're going to make sure now this is even on this side. Now we can see straight on that side. Okay, look forward. We're gonna now double check and make sure that she's even on both sides. Okay, we can see that there's a little bit of extra length over here. So we're gonna tweak it to make sure. Cross check again. Okay, still a little bit. You can see that it's even. But as a stylist, it's our job to make sure that you're sitting straight, because if you do not, then yes, you will have a uneven haircut. So perimeter is all done now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through and do the layers. So because of the style of cut we want, I'm going to be doing longer layers as we come to the front to create a little bit more fullness. So I want them to be triangular layers, which are a little bit shorter on the back, longer in the front.
Also, can you leave the front section to cut out at the end? Because I just want very shallow slide cutting.
Yeah.
To maintain some length. She's excellent at that.
So yeah, we will be cutting the front at the end, and the reason we're going to do that is so we don't have a hole that we're cutting into the hair. We're going to leave it as long as possible and then visually tweak that at the end. So how short do you want your layers in the back? Because you're quite long.
Lots, probably. Maybe more than what's off on the front. I'll let you decide. I definitely need the dead off.
Yeah, you can see the layers are quite long. They go way past. These are more considered long layers. And I would say I would probably want to take them up to about there. So below the O-bone still, but definitely a little bit shorter to give it some more volume of body.
I want longer. I want it to be a fuller perimeter, texturized, so not bulky, but fuller. But I still want a little bit of texture.
Again, if the hair has dried, you should make sure that it's wet. Really, we could have just wet her down at the sink, and then you can avoid spraying it down like this. So we're gonna leave the hair out underneath the O-bone here because she wants to have a fuller look. I will be texturizing that, but we're gonna be doing that at the end.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have that clipped out of the way. And so what we're going to do is at the bottom of this top section now, we're going to be using this as the guide for the bottom length, okay, because we can see that goes right to the perimeter. And then we're going to be taking vertical sections right down the center from the top of the O-bone to the top of this section. This is the apex of the head, so where it curves. We're going to be pulling this straight out in the same direction it grows from the head. So you can see like this, we're going straight out like that. The bottom length is our guide, right? We can see how short that is right there. And then we're going to be cutting our top length to the length that we want our layers to start. So we wanted to cut about that much of the layers off. So when it falls, our top layer is just below the O-bone. Okay, we're holding the hair with even tension straight out. Like so. Okay, you can check it again. I see, and what I did is I started to cut from the bottom of the section here, and you can see that this top of the section extends past my second knuckle, and I've lost the tension here. So once I've cut the first two knuckles, I then recomb so I have even tension and cut the top portion of the section so we can have even tension. And then when we throw it down, we can double check to make sure that's where the layers we want them to fall. And we can see that that falls, we're probably a little bit longer. So maybe we want to cut a little bit more off. So we're going to go through.
I'm okay with it being longer actually.
Okay, we're going to leave it there then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then now we're going to work our way using half of this section and taking the next vertical section, working our way outwards towards the front of the face. Okay, we're using our previous section as a guide that we just cut. And I can see where my previously cut hair was, so you can see the guide. Make sure you guys can see that. Can you see? And then I'm going to be following that.
Feels better already.
Looking for the guide again. I can see it there. So we have this half done. The right back side, we can see the layers sitting very, very nicely there. Okay, we're gonna go through and do this side now.
What do you want to have for dinner?
I don't know, what do you want to make me? So what I'm doing is now I'm moving towards this side. So I'm taking half of that center section here and I'm working my way towards the front. I'm pulling this out now, again in the same way. And I can see the guide, okay? I can see the guide in there, and so that's how we know what we're going to cut, okay?
Excellent.
Okay, so and again, just to point this out, I'm pulling the hair out taut, and I'm cutting up until my second knuckle, because everything beyond the second knuckle does not have any good tension, so then you're gonna recomb and pull out again, so that you can hold it taut to cut that off. And so what I'm doing is I'm over directing these sections to the previous section back to here so that you can see. I'm not over directing it all the way to the center because that's going to create a lot more length than I want. So I just want it here. Okay, you can see the guide from the other side now. Okay, we can see our length. Okay, now we're also done to the ear. Okay, so our back sections are all cut now. So we can see the layering in there. This is also a great time to be cross-checking to make sure that they're even. Okay. Okay. You can pull the hair upwards as well to make sure. So I can see that it's a bit longer on this side here. So I probably had more over direction. I'm gonna go through and recut this side here to see where that extra length is coming from. And I can see it. So now when we cross check, we're pulling the hair up. We can see that it is even. Okay. And now working into the side lengths now, what we want to do is we are going to pull these side lengths, because remember we wanted a little bit longer around the front, so we're going to be over directing these side lengths all the way back to our last section here. So we're going to be pulling it straight back this direction. And we have to remember on the sides that there is less hair here than there is back here. So we need to make sure that we don't cut a hole in the haircut, and we know that this bottom length has to stay there. So we're not cutting anything at the bottom of this section. Basically, we're going to be using our shorter length at the top of the section as our guide up here, so we know how short to cut the hair, the layers. Okay, I can see the guide. You can see that. Okay. And then with the stuff around the front, because it's already layered, when I pull it back, there's nothing to cut because there's already layered. So we're going to tweak that at the end. Okay, working towards the other side now. I see the guide again in there. Coming to the front, I suspect this will be the same thing. When we pull it back, there will be no hair to cut. It's already short enough.
Probably from breakage.
Nothing really there. So then we're basically, the foundation of the haircut is done. We're gonna go back in here now and we're gonna take out this nape section. So this is gonna vary depending on how you want the haircut to sit. So what we could do if we really want the fullness, we can leave this as is and keep a lot of heaviness there. Otherwise, what we can do is also come in and just slightly take out a little bit of the weight. So what we're gonna see on the top half of the haircut from the O-bone to the crown of the head, we had a nice angle in terms of how the layering was sitting, okay? Just so you can see it again. Okay, we had a nice angle, like so. But what's going to happen now, where these two sections meet, there's going to be a corner. That corner is what's creating fullness in the bottom of the hair. So you can see this, we have a corner sticking out where it meets the bottom length. So what we could do is just notch into this corner slightly, and that will still allow us to have the fullness on the bottom, but it'll get rid of that corner again, but this is where all the weight is building. So I'm gonna slightly notch into that corner. And then once your hair is dry, we can also take a look at it again to see if there's more texturizing and customizations that we want to do when we see her hair and how it's sitting.
Yeah, I think a key word that Veronica said is slightly. I remember when I first started in the hair industry, I actually knocked out the whole corner, which is like, okay, well, I was trying to build the weight and I just took it all out.
Yeah, it really depends on the haircut you're doing. So it depends on who you're cutting, what the goals are, and basically no two people are going to have the same haircuts. So it really depends on everything. What their hair looks like, what their texture is like, how they want it to sit. All right, there you have it. So you can see the hair wet. We're going to style it, but just so you can see it, shake your head. I usually like to get them to do a shake, because then we can see where all the layer, okay, you can stop. Okay, look how nice those layers are already dispersing. We see great layering that is seamless from where it starts all the way to here. No heavy spots whatsoever. We see a nice even perimeter where it's not lopsided. Okay, so now we're going to style. I'm going to put in the best styling products in the world, and those are nvenne products. So if you guys haven't tried it yet, make sure you guys go to our website at nvenne.com and try them, because you'll love them. First, I'm going to be putting in Protect. This is our Hot Tool Shield. So this is going to protect from any heat damage to the hair, put a barrier in between the hair and the blow dryer or the curling iron or whatever you might be using. We want to spray it on roots to ends. It's actually a great priming spray too, because it's going to cut your blow dry time down, and it's an anti-static product.
Oh my god, the cutting of the blow dry time.
Smells amazing too.
That's the key.
Then, oh yeah.
If you could blow dry your hair in 5 minutes instead of 20 minutes, would you do it?
Yeah. Quick is key, because we all want to get things done faster.
I'm not sure what's up with my thumbs up. I keep doing that. It's kind of weird. I'm going to put my thumb away.
Okay, so, and then Replenish. This is a strength restoration oil. We're going to be putting it into the ends of the hair. It makes the hair so soft, so shiny, and overall stronger because it's moisturized. Putting it in.
Fill my cuticle.
And what's nice about this oil is that it's super lightweight. It's not going to feel heavy in your hair or greasy. And the next we're putting in is Fix. This is our flexible working hairspray. So amazing to add volume and body to the hair. That's touchable and light.
And you guys are going to see at the end, when she's finished blow drying, it will look like there's nothing in my hair.
Oh yeah, I could put on 5, 6 of our products in the hair, and the goal is for it to still feel soft and not feel like it's super gunky. Then we got our volumizer, the best volumizer in the world. Working it through our hands. We're going to be putting this in the roots of the hair. I like to go in underneath the hair. So the combination of Fix and volume are going to give you mega body, mega volume, and it's going to give you that little bit of grit to your hair, so that when your hair is freshly washed, it's not too soft and it styles really, really well. Perfect. Now we're going to blow dry, and we'll come back with the styled hair so that we can texturize. Go to check out our products at nvenne.com. We have amazing products, premium natural hair care that is going to make your hair style the best every single day and make it soft and shiny and healthy. Oh, let's go check it out. Actually blow drying. It's even better. I don't have to blow dry. Make her blow dry her own hair. I want to see the back of your head. See this? See these layers? Oh my, my, my. That's beautiful. Layers. Jessica's going to be popping a round brush in there.
And look how much body my hair has already. I've been kind of lazy and I just power dried the rest of it, and I'm just using round brush on the top section. And there's still tons of body.
Very nice.
Yeah. Check it out. This is the way that I love it. I can wear my part anyway.
Yes,
right?
We cut it down the center so that she could flip it both directions. She has versatility. If they have a specific part, obviously you can cut it according to that part if they're always wearing it that way.
My hair's still a little damp, but it's enough to texturize it.
But look how big and voluminous it is. Look at how the cut is sitting as well. Okay.
I love how full it looks.
Okay, we can see the fullness in there, the layering. Okay, give it a shake. Again, the shaking is great because it shows, it shows where the layers are sitting. I can see in here, right from here to here, I probably want to texturize some of this to break that up a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this portion of it is very important, is when you develop your eye to really just see how the hair is sitting once you have it styled. So I see in here we have a lot of nice fullness, which is good, but I want to break up in between this top layer into here. We're seeing it feel a little heavy in here. So what I'm gonna do, I want to take a look at where that is. Now I had it pulled up straight like that, following the curve of the head. So now if I'm pulling the hair out this way, following the curve of the head this way, I can see that there is a slight corner there. And that's the heaviness that we're seeing. Cut into that slightly.
So are you cutting out the whole corner or cutting into the corner?
So here I'm cutting, not necessarily cutting it all out, I'm rounding it off so that we don't have such a heavy edge. It's just a soft corner that's in there. So basically what I'm doing is just notching into it so that it's not as pronounced. Okay, and then we can see on this side that I've done here. We can see now how nice that's sitting, you see that? Okay, comparatively to this side, we still see a little bit of a kind of a jump, but here we can see how nice and seamless that is. And now we're gonna get her to tilt forward, because sometimes what we have in the back underneath here, we have some stray hairs that peek through, okay? So, and what you want is to make sure that you get this, because otherwise, if she's walking around and the wind's blowing and she tilts her head forward, this is also gonna look like it wasn't done clean, because sometimes we just have some shorter hairs underneath that need to get tweaked and cleaned up. Perfect. We're also going to check the haircut from the front, making sure that it's even from the front on both sides. Okay, we want to make sure we're taking half the hair right down the center, throwing it forward. Okay. And then we want to make sure that it is even from the front. Pull it out. I can see that there's a little bit on this side that we want to tweak to make sure that it's even. Okay,
Look at that. It looks straight.
so I can see they're even. Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do, actually I'll get you to take a look at the back to make sure that you like the fullness. Where's your mirror?
I think it's good.
Okay.
I would say just maybe I can't see from over here. If you think it needs some light point cutting into the perimeter, but I like the fullness overall. Let's just soften it very minorly. Shallow point cutting, not too deep.
So on the back bottom perimeter here, we're just gonna point cut slightly. Okay, I am pulling it out. Pointing in parallel to the hair shaft. I'm not going in like I'm doing shallow, which is just gonna soften the edges, rather than going in deep, which is going to take out a lot more of the weight.
Yeah. And I just want to really light soften. I don't want anything, I still want it to look really full.
softly texturized it. Still have the fullness in there, which is great. How did you want the front to sit?
I like a shallow layering so it maintains full and like connected here, because I know a lot of long hair they accidentally cut too deep in and then they're missing this corner. And layering to start at the chin.
At the chin? Okay, so we're not going to be cutting too much off. You're already pretty much at the chin, so we're going to be doing a little bit more. But what I like to do in the front, so we're not cutting a hole into the haircut, I like to tuck all this hair in behind the ear so that you're not cutting it, because the tendency is for people to cut those pieces short, and then you always have to fight with it when you're pulling your hair back, or you know, when
and they're impossible to grow out because they're finer, so they just keep breaking. Yeah, the thumbs up came out again.
Thumbs up. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to cut all of this at an angle. We're going to take this, I'm going to pull it slightly forward, and then I want it to reach your chin length. So I'm going to be cutting like so. Okay, see? Perfect.
Sight.
Sight. Okay, and again, making sure we want to keep this hair tucked back. We're going to pull this forward. Okay, and we're just joining in this shorter piece to the length. And because she wants very shallow, we are not cutting very deep and going very far back. So we can see now this is blended all the way from this piece to here.
Splits are gone in the front too?
Probably not. Unless you want to cut more off.
How much more? Like, just you mean shorter this way? So this is a question, and the client, you gotta explain to your clients. What do you mean by how much? The front piece shorter, or like all of it, where there's possibly gonna be a little hole?
Well, the front, yeah, it's still. We probably need to cut everything. The front never got cut too much because the length was longer.
Okay, cut it. You know what it is? Is that one time I did my hair and I didn't put Protect on it, and it fried it.
Always gotta be using that Protect.
Yes. The question is this: how many times you gotta burn yourself to burn your hand? Just once. And it's burned.
It's true. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to just be doing a little bit of layering around the front. I'm going to be holding the hair out like this as well, but I could see that I need to, this is going to allow me to see the hair that I need to cut so that I can customize the length in the front. Okay, and then this is based on the fact that we still want this to connect with the rest of the haircut. So we're not going to be taking off a ton off the front, but we do need to keep in mind that we need to get those dead stuff off. So what I did, you can see now how well this is sitting together. Okay, we have probably a slight short to long from the front to the back length, but you can see how well that's sitting now, just like so. Again, we're gonna do the same thing. I want a guide in the front in terms of how short we want the length. I'm gonna pull this forward. We want it at chin length. I want to make sure that the pieces are even on both sides at the front. Yep, they are. Okay, you also want to cross check to make sure not just the front lengths are even, but I want to make sure that the hair is even on both sides. So I'm going to take from the same spot on each side of the head and pull it forward to make sure it's even. Okay, there you go, even. Okay, we've already checked the bottom length, so now we know the haircut is even.
Excellent. Let me blow it out to touch it up from all the rustling so you can see the final look. Veronica, great job on the cut.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at those layers and that volume.
Exactly what I wanted. Smooth it out a little bit. Yeah, check out that body.
Ooh, so nice, so nice.
So nice, so nice.
Flip all your hair to the back. There we go. Yeah. Look at that. Shake, turn your, toss it. Ooh, okay. There you go. Yeah, beautiful.
Look at how fluffy my hair is.
Look how nice.
Full, but not bulky.
Perfect lob. Look at that. Oh my god. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Nice style too. Voluminous. Oh, those layers.
Could I be a hair ad?
Oh, you are a hair ad.
Oh, yeah.
No. Turn.
Shop and style Nevenn.
There you go. Look at those. The nice layers around the front. No holes in the haircut. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Healthy. We got rid of the splits.
Yeah, it
So
feels great.
cute.
So, I do want to address it though. We do get a lot of questions asking if stylists out there can stock and carry our products, and absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's so easy to stock, easy to sell. We are a compact line that it has everything you need to get you started and going with all your clients.
So just email info@nvennhairbeauty.com to set up your pro account.
Yeah, and if you guys want to win free products, go to nvennhairbeauty.com/giveaway, and you guys can enter to win free products every single month.
Yes. Well, once you're entered, you're already entered. So we draw for a new winner every single month, and we just had November's winner, so next will be December.
And also make sure you check out our sister channel too. We have $eyelashclub.com. We have lashes for as low as $1 a pair, vegan hand-tied lashes that are beautiful.
And ship right to your door.
Yeah.
But that's it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. We will get back to you. Stay tuned. We are changing our posting schedule. So now we're not only going to be posting bi-weekly, because we're working on something really cool for you that we will tell you the details of.
We are creating, no, we're going to tell you now. We're creating a class. It's called 10K in Play, and it's a helping you, the hairstylist, go out there and make more money, 10K a month, and have more freedom in your life so you can go out and play more.
Yes.
Make more, work less.
Yes, that is the goal. And we have a whole system that's ironed out that is easy to follow and simple to implement. If you want to learn it, stay tuned. We will give you details on how you can sign up.